Action. Hello and welcome to episode 69 of Paper Tuesdays with Mickey Dwyer and Mark Halpin. I couldn't think of anything sexual. Michael, welcome.
I never thought we'd reach this point, man.
Can you show the people your sandals?
You're really taken with them.
I'm very...
These are shoal.
They're shoal, they're Celtic Warrior.
I've just decided that to embrace them. Yeah. There's a fella actually in Mini Academy, shout out to the fella who will keep anonymous, and he doesn't really like wearing shoes, and he goes around in his bare feet, and it actually actively annoys people that he goes around in his bare feet. It's just really interesting. I don't know why.
Where is it?
Oh, like at Mini Academy training. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like he'd be going around with the children and telling them to, slow down, stop, or do this traffic light game. But because he's in his bare feet, it really gets under the skin of some people.
It's an adult.
Yeah, a grown man.
It gets under the skin now.
30.
The kids or the adults?
The adults.
The adults. Yeah, see, I considered going barefoot for this podcast today. I was into a minds and I was
really?
Oh, maybe I'll wear shoes today. I'll be a bit more professional about it.
Oh, we're in the same mindset there, because I had the same thing and I said, no, I'm embracing. That's really interesting.
Yeah. See, you can go two ways, can't I?
You can.
I don't really have a foot, issue either way. I'm not sexually attracted to feet and I'm not repelled by feet. They're just feet. Liar. Yeah, Bree doesn't let me touch her feet. I tried to touch her feet today and she had a panic attack, and then she accused me of having a foot fetish, which I don't.
Okay.
I enjoyed it because she didn't want me to touch them, so I kept touching them. She squirmed. It was fantastic.
Okay, we'll keep on this being a form now. And
it is episode 69.
Yeah, exactly. We have to keep going now. Yeah. Ears, Mark. Your thoughts on them.
We won't get into it. Just make the holes a bit bigger and we're grand.
Brilliant. I love it. Mark, you were going to ask me about heroin.
Heroin, yeah. So before we started the podcast, I was going to ask you this question. So, right, I say to you, you have 3 days to live. You're told 3 days, that's it. You're absolutely going to die. I say to you, Michael, tomorrow would you like to take some heroin? I'll go this evening, get you some heroin. You'll experience it, see what all the fuss is about. You're going to die anyway. What do you say?
No. But can we look at the other drugs in the catalogue or something? I don't think heroin is what I rush to.
No, I'm the same. I don't see it like, why heroin? It's supposed to be this really good. It's supposed to be like a warm blanket, fills your chest and spreads outwards, is what I've heard it described as. But I don't think heroin. What would you take? DMT?
Probably, yeah, because Joe Rogan's been on about it.
Yeah.
I'd want a Joe Rogan diet. I'd want elk meat. I'd want DMT and
$100 million from Spotify.
Yeah, please.
What was I going to say? Apparently, what I've heard is after that we talked about why I don't want to be medicated when I'm dying. I don't want morphine. I don't want any. I don't want any sedation when I'm dying. I want to experience death as the way it's meant to be. And that's why it is DMT. Because apparently when you die, it's been shown that your brain releases massive amounts of DMT from your pineal gland, so it spreads outwards, and that's why you don't really experience death. So I wonder, would the morphine counteract that and stop it? Or would you just slip away and you won't get to experience this fantastic experience of the end of life and transition or whatever? And I don't know if that's real or not, but I'd like to take the chance on it rather than just being fucking drooling on myself with morphine. Do you know? Because I've seen people dying recently, like that are drugged up, like on the way out, and you see it in their face, they're not there, and it's kind of a weird state, and I don't know if that's how I want to leave. I'd rather die screaming.
Okay, right.
There's far too much empathy, Michael, when I say these things in your face. You're like, oh, that's sad.
I don't know. That's sad. I think if anyone was telling me anything, I'd have empathy, but I don't know if I fully agree with having seen my memory of someone dying, and I think whatever, with or without morphine, it's a process and it'll be alright. And I think if you were in pain, I think someone would know if you needed the morphine. I think you'd give in, Mark.
I think I would.
You tap out on your deathbed.
I would. Speaking of tapping out, we were saying about my concussion.
Oh yes.
I don't think I have a concussion, but yesterday when I came home, I spent a long time in the shower trying to wash the tattoo off my foot because I thought I was muck.
What?
Yeah, I was dizzy and like my ears were ringing a bit because I I got suplexed in the hurling match yesterday and thrown on my neck.
Excuse me.
So like
You
a
beat
ball,
Our Ladies Island, I
we
take it.
beat Our Ladies Island, very bad game of hurling.
Okay.
They played 2 sweepers
Oh dear.
back, so it was all like very little hurling was done. Like it was sort of just it was a dog fight really, like.
Okay.
And a row broke out at one stage, and I sort of hit the ball, and my man came through and held on to me. So I tried to push him. I pushed him back off of me, and then someone came in from behind when I was facing the opposite way, grabbed me around the waist and threw me over his shoulder the opposite
Wow.
way. I landed on my neck.
Oh my
I remember
gosh.
landing and my neck was sideways, and I could hear someone running in. So quickly, I put my head back down to the ground, and he jumped on top of me again after that. So he could have, had I not moved my head there, I could have broke my neck, I'd say. Like. So then after that, we picked up, and me and Brendan ended up being squished against the railings in Patrick's Park. Like it was right in front of the Our Ladies Island team, like. So we were all like, we were just squished, being pressed against these fucking railings. But and I looked out over the railings at one stage, and one of the Castellown supporters was holding a hurl, and one of the Our Ladies Island players was holding his hurl, trying to pull him through the railing. And then I was like, I've had enough, and I just walked out with a round head. Let them fight
Gosh,
their
it
own battles.
really flared up.
It did. It flared up all right. Yeah.
Did-
I got a bit of the hurl through my face guard into the jaw as well. So that
And were you provoking them? Were you saying,
I
I've got a
actually-
podcast and you don't? What were you doing?
Yeah, this podcast is with you, between you and Bellies and me and Our Ladies Island. One of us is going to end up dead. And the fucking IRA texted me as well.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, we've come to our serial killer that's writing to us as well. Yeah, he wants 5 minutes. So,
Nice little
but
segue,
just to come to look at this again, like, so did the player that put you on your neck, did he get punished?
No. Very bad. Standard refereeing as usual.
Okay.
In intermediate hurling in Wexford.
Right, shout out.
Shout out, yeah.
But like, wow. So, and did you expect that? Like, what
No,
happened?
sure, I was looking the other way. I was
Right.
facing away from him, and he grabbed me around the waist from behind and threw me over his shoulder.
Keen Lynch.
That's when it all, kind of like that.
But it seems worse though because you had the neck impact, right?
Yeah.
And then, so you were trying to. Is that the only thing when you were in the shower? That's when you had this, follow
Yeah, I
up.
was like, oh, he's not coming off, because I was washing myself, and I was looking at my foot, and I was like, how is all that still there? And it was like, as I started scrubbing it, and I was like, it's not coming off. And then I was like, oh, that's my tattoo. I was like, maybe something isn't right here. But other than that, I've been fine. I've had concussions before. I don't think this is a bad one. I think it was a mixture of exhaustion and just being sore, like, I think.
Yeah. Your body has been through a hell of a lot in the last month or two.
Yeah, between that and my poor
Vaccines.
little tummy and vaccines. Yeah.
Here, we better get the clock going there, Mark. This is, as you might have seen on our.
Are you going to time 5 minutes?
Yeah, I like the idea of this. So, as you may have seen on our Instagram, we've got a serial killer writing anonymous letters to us, and it's Zodiac. Keep on wanting to call him Sicario, but no, it's Zodiac. And so, do you have any views of the Zodiac, Mark?
What views now, as in personality-wise, or who I think it might be?
Yeah, well,
as a
anonymous
person,
letters.
I'll speak of the
yeah.
Zodiac as his own entity.
Yeah.
I think it's someone with maybe too much free time.
Okay. I think they're very fond of you. All they can bring up about you is your tattoos. They have no other things that they can say about you.
Yeah, which leads me to think it is someone from Gory. It seems to be far more directed in your general direction. The threats.
Yeah, well, as well, Flood's hairiness came in for a
hairiness,
big
yeah.
shout out. Yeah. So I'm going to take some of this 5 minutes just to give you a bit of background on the Zodiac. So he's a serial killer from North California. He sent letters, including cryptograms, and threatened killings if these letters weren't printed. He claimed his victims were slaves for the afterlife, and with 5 confirmed dead, Zodiac claimed to have killed 37, so a bit of an exaggerator. The police say only 5, but anyway. Californian Department of Justice maintains an open case file on the Zodiac murders since 1969.
Woo!
He is rumoured to have had 2 brothers, and he is believed to have driven over some hedgehogs. In 2018, Vallejo Police Department tried to collect DNA from the back of stamps on his letters. While sightings of the Zodiac are limited, he has previously been spotted in a brand new Renault Captur.
From P&H Style.
Yeah, very local. The Zodiac is found, he's fond of travelling even, and he's previously been spotted romancing a woman in Canada.
Ooh.
And then recently spotted in Rosslare Strand. Yeah, good staycation spot, I suppose. The Zodiac's letters included quotes such as, "I like killing because it is so much fun." He believed he would be reborn in paradise. The Zodiac is believed to have worked as a supervisor at a foot golf course.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where he spent his summers.
Yeah.
And the Zodiac wrote a letter to the editor once with the opening line, "Dear editor, this is the Zodiac speaking." The Zodiac has a strong interest in bingo calling. He wrote once, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." And he also said that he was not afraid of death in these letters. After arriving in Ireland, the Zodiac became fond of hurling and has now joined a hurling club. Zodiac used a crosshair symbol to sign his letters. He wrote a Halloween card once to a journalist saying, "Peekaboo, you are doomed." He didn't kill that journalist, but give him a fright, I'd say. All members of the Mason family were once suspects to be the Zodiac, but they were then ruled out. One man on his deathbed revealed to a friend that he was the Zodiac, targeting lovers owing to his envy of them. But then another, the police didn't put too much weight on it, and another wrote a book claiming that his search for his father, that he never knew, resulted in him learning that his father was in fact the Zodiac. And finally, the Zodiac is rumoured to have once met Leo Cullen in Tesco Goring. So that brings us up to 3 minutes and 28. Okay. I like how he's leaving the letters very at the front of my house, and he leaves them under a stone, the last one. That was very, very...
Stone. Yeah. And tell me this, does he drive out to your house in his father's new car? Shout out to his
father's new car, yeah. I don't know. It takes a lot of work.
He sounds very grounded.
Oh!
In his letters.
Brilliant. I love it. That was well played, Mark.
So the mystery continues.
I like this. We're not going to reveal. Well, look, the Zodiac, we don't really know if he is the Zodiac, but
please get in touch with Zodiac. Let us know if you're happy with your 5 minutes.
Yeah. And maybe it is fab.
Okay, speaking of fab.
Yeah.
I have a game of true or false for you, Michael, if you'd like to play.
Oh.
Number 1. Chickens can count to 6.
True.
False.
All right.
Could be true, I made it up. 2. The military term Navy stands for never again, vendetta, yes.
False. I got that right, but I didn't get the chickens.
The word scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
True.
Do you know that?
I think so. Quiz question.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Apparatus.
Number 4. Fab O'Brien's real first name is Fabulous.
Oh, very good one. It's false.
True.
But still.
That's true. What is his real Fabian?
Finbar,
really? I don't know, Fabian.
Yeah, he doesn't like being called Fabulous.
Does he not?
No.
Has he been
Just
called
in
Fabulous?
Case. Yes.
Has he? By you?
Podge.
Oh, Podge. He calls him regularly and he doesn't like it. Yeah. I love it. This is... I have no idea what Fab O'Brien looks like. I have never met the man. Yeah, he constantly comes up on this podcast and on the Instagram. I have absolutely no idea who Fab O'Brien is, other than there was some speculation about some lotto results.
Yeah. And if someone in Gorey is trying to sell you a lotto ticket, it's probably Fab O'Brien.
It's Fab O'Brien, yeah. That's what Conor Moore was telling me the other day. You can't walk past Fab O'Brien. Even if there's no lotto on, he'll say a lotto. Number 5. There's only one part of the human body that cannot heal itself.
Oh. And if you guess the part? Or is that true or false?
Well, true or false.
All right. False.
It's true.
Oh.
What part do you think it is?
Oh, Jenny Mac. I don't. I'm looking at all my body parts. No, I'm not. It's not well, I guess anyway. Yeah. Sure, I'll go with the intestine.
Nope. It is the teeth.
Oh,
that's why we have dentists. Yeah. Number 6. Spaghetto is the singular word for a piece of spaghetti.
False.
True.
No way.
Yeah, it's true. Apparently so. Number 7, Jimmy Ming is a direct descendant of the Ming Dynasty.
True.
True. 8, more people have landed on the moon that have won Takeshi's Castle.
I think that's true.
It's true. Have you seen Takeshi's Castle?
I loved it.
Do you
Loved it
think
so much.
there is undertones of racism in that?
Because we're looking at the
We're
Japanese
just
dude.
laughing at the Japanese people getting hurt.
Do you think?
I think so.
Oh, Jesus.
Is
Can't
it
have
even
anything nice anymore, can we? Takeshi's Castle was
Cancel
so...
Takeshi.
Such a great one.
It was very good. The commentary is the best on it. That's kind of what led me to think maybe there is racism.
And the captain, he was a real one. You know, the lad that
Oh yeah,
send
the
him in.
captain. I forgot about him. Yeah.
Yeah. And the ones at the start, you remember they'd have to run through the sheets of...
Yeah.
that really eliminated a lot of them.
I
And
forget.
the muck that they go through, the muck and debris and everything.
That was total wipeout, wasn't it? With more dire consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you remember the lads, they dressed up as monsters?
Yeah. And they beat the shit out of him.
Yes.
I wonder, you can't still watch it, can you? Surely find YouTube videos or something maybe.
imagine so,
Did you, either you ever watch Slam Ball when you were younger? Robbie?
Is that with the trampoline?
Yeah, that was fucking class. It was
Really?
it was basketball, but around the hoop and on the ground was all trampolines, so you could jump up really high and slam dunk and all. It was class.
Wow.
That was on, what was the name of that channel? Bravo?
Challenge.
Challenge. Could have been
I
Challenge.
think they changed the Bravo. I think they're saying...
I used to watch on Bravo with Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, right.
I loved that. I used to want to be a bounty hunter when I was younger, and I realised it was all a sham. Number 8. Number 9. There's a city in Pennsylvania called Intercourse.
True.
True?
It is true.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is true,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Number 10. Suffer from menstrual cramps.
Visit intercourse.
Visit intercourse.
Love intercourse.
Love intercourse.
Sorry, there's a city... Or no, flowers have menstrual cramps.
Some flowers have menstrual cramps.
True.
False.
Oh, okay.
I made that up. And that's your 10.
That was very good, Mark. Well done. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much. Recommendation. Kanye's album, Donda.
Oh, go on, yeah.
Yeah, so I listened to it in full on a drive there. And I found it very, very interesting. Have you listened to any of it?
No, only on Instagram stories. Like I've heard, someone put you can put like the 10-second clip.
All right.
And it plays. But the beats and stuff sound good.
Oh yeah, there's some very interesting songs. Donda chant. Have you heard about this one, Mark?
No.
So there's one thing of him just going Donda, 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 Don, Donda, Donda, Don, 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 Donda, and this type of thing. It goes on for around a minute and 48. Donda is his mother's name,
Right.
and what I thought it was just Kanye off on one, just like I'm so big that I can just afford to just put this piece of nothing on a chart or album, like. But it turns out, this is the beauty of this man's mind. That beat that he's saying Donda to is his mother's last heartbeat.
No way.
Yeah.
He recorded that.
No, you know when you're in the hospital, when I say she was on morphine now, Mark, so
Yeah.
no offense to her now. But you know the way the heart monitor goes.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, maybe he got a print out of that.
Wow. That's mad, isn't it?
Powerful, really.
That is.
What I'm most interested in at all is this man, this aura, this as he is. Will Kim Ye return? Will he get back with Kim Kardashian? Is there enough there?
Well, why did they break up? Was there infidelity?
Oh, I doubt it. I can't
You
see
doubt it? With the Kardashians and Kanye West.
Oh, you think? Well, I don't think Kim. Or sorry, who am I talking about? Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Kanye. I don't think he cheated on her anyway.
No.
There were children involved now, Mark North and whoever else.
North and South. Jim.
So yeah, I don't think. No, I think it was more a lack of common ground. And in the I've been reading up on this, and in the in one of the songs he says that you have other voices in your head while we're in bed, because he's good at the rhyming, and so he's saying that she was thinking too much about other people's views while in the bedroom instead of focusing on each other. You seem bored and withdrawn, Mark.
Yeah. Celebrity gossip isn't really my thing.
Is it not?
No.
I find it interesting when it gets into these people, these big figures.
Yeah, but see, you don't really know what's going on either, do
suppose
you?
you
Like,
don't.
especially with Kanye West,
Yeah.
nobody knows. It's true. For the promo, didn't he book out a stadium, and a whole stadium, like a football team, and he locked himself in the janitor's office, and he just live streamed himself there for 2 days with a load of dumbbells, lifting weights, before it dropped, and that was the album release, like. And it was on a timer, there was like a countdown for 2 days, and it was just him doing curls with dumbbells in a janitor's office of a whole stadium that he rented. Totally fucking insane, like.
And I like
And then
it.
with them Kardashians, like your man or your one, Caitlyn Jenner, she kind of went a bit mad.
Did she? Yeah.
Well, evidently, like she hit someone with her car, didn't she?
She hit someone with her car.
Do you know Caitlyn Jenner killed someone
Fuck.
a few years ago?
All right.
I think. No, I'm almost certain. Almost certain. I'll look it up here because
Sure.
I'm almost certain it was like a hit and run incident.
Yeah. When I love looking up these yucks, I love when it gets to the articles that are saying a source close to the family said, you know, because
Yeah.
like, who is that? There's no way. They've just made that up, like.
Caitlyn Jenner avoids charges over fatal crash. I'm not going to read it all, but
Was it recent?
no, it was a couple of years ago. I think it might have actually been before she became a woman, so maybe people were saying that could be the reason she wanted to be someone else to get away from this thing. Wow. But yeah,
Okay.
they're just crazy people.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
No, and I don't plan to. Do you?
No,
Have you?
absolutely not. No. Absolutely not. No interest.
Draw me a line there.
Yeah.
So in other showbiz news, this showbiz round on episode 69 of Paper Tuesdays, we go to the Awfully Independent, and Jedward have been spotted at Burr Castle, and they put it up on TikTok, and they had a Jepic time.
A Jepic, oh, class.
Yeah, and they had videos of them going down a slide beside a tree house. So it's good to see that nature is healing, and Jedward hasn't changed. Shout out Jepic.
Shout out Jedward, Jepic.
Yeah,
JPEG.
fair play to them. Now, in other interesting news, the RTE Coast Guard have carried out a rescue. Lucky Louis the Lamb. They rescued Louis the Lamb from a cliff off Lambay Island, and he suffered some small cuts, but the journalist said that he was in good spirits. I don't know how a lamb could be in good spirits.
No.
Bah! I like that. And it also described the little yoke as an intrepid ovine. Intrepid ovine.
Ovine, is that
Yes.
that's what a sheep is?
Must be, yes. I think that's someone that went to college anyway. They want to show off with their big words. So, fair play to them and Louis the Lamb for surviving his little fall. In other news now, this is a very interesting one, Mark, from the Westmeath Examiner. Athlone native Robbie Egan, shout out Robbie, another big Robbie. COVID struck this man. He was over in the States and he was strapped for cash in LA. So what did he do? Only he became a PT at home for the likes of Ben Affleck, Christian Bale, Jennifer Garner, and Margot Robbie.
Jesus.
And it all came from word of mouth. And it was just he had a conversation with one of these trainers for the stars connected with the films, and they went to the trainer saying, here, who can we get the trainers at home? And they said, oh, your man Robbie down the road, he's good. That's how Robbie got in.
No way.
Honest to God. And so it was all word of mouth, and his sessions consisted of loud music, boxing, hip workouts and conditioning HIIT, all of what is offered by Mark Health and Fitness, with the loud music included, Westlife, whatever you want, and plenty of energy he brought to these workouts. And he said that, I agree with him, that being Irish over there is the equivalent of having a PhD.
Really?
Very interesting.
In America?
Yeah. Yeah. And he described it very well, how there's a bit of respect between him and these high profile actors and all, in that, you know, they like how he isn't there looking for photos or anything. He just comes in, you know, it's eye to eye, man to man, shake the hand, do the session, out you go, you know, very professional. So your man himself, Robbie, likes California, and of course, why wouldn't you, with the good weather and all, and with the good work lined up at the moment. And he's hopeful post-COVID that he will open up his own studio. So fair play, Robbie Egan from Athlone.
So this is he was doing it all through Zoom?
No, I think he was going into their houses.
Oh, he's going into the houses.
Sure, he was doing the American way, I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen a lad on a Fitness Equipment Ireland, sort of a group where you can buy and sell equipment on Facebook. I was selling a box van, a transit with a box on the back of it, converted into a gym, and he still had the same hardwood floors that were in the box transit, like, and he had TRX rows and a bench press. He was selling
Wow.
it for $8,000. So, I don't.
I'd say you get it though, would you know? Would you get
Yeah,
it?
I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah.
People get notions, but
It's very clever because sure, if you don't have the space for that equipment, sure, you need a van for it, wouldn't you?
you need a van. But the thing is, you train in the van, like.
Yeah.
You train in the back of a van. Where, like, imagine Tesco car park or something. People are going in there with their groceries. What the fuck is this lad doing? Like,
Oh my gosh.
but
That's a good one.
he's saying about word of mouth. That's everything. I think with PT, like nearly all the people I train are word of mouth.
Really?
Very little are like through. I've had a couple of people come to like the class on a Saturday that's seen on Facebook or whatever, but all my PT one-to-one clients have been like people I knew like yourself at the start and came and trained with me, and then through that it's been kind of word of mouth of other people, and they're all saying like they're people referring their friends or their sister-in-law or brother-in-law or whatever, and they're coming to me. It's all word of mouth. Like very little of it is Instagram. People tell you, no, you need to be online, you need to be doing this. Like I very rarely post my fitness page, and it doesn't get me clients, so. It's just, I think a lot of business is word of mouth, like, unless you're selling online. I think word of mouth is really important.
Yeah. Very interesting. There were celebrations there in Meath to Holly, the black, grey and Labrador. She's 15 and a half years old and she's doing it in style in her old age. She's won the Nose of Tralee title. Well done, Holly. She beat 1,600 pets across the country, and Holly is the pet of Geraldine, and Geraldine says that Holly is her shadow and she always helps out, and her equivalent of helping out is that she stands, looks and wags her tail. And so this was worthy, I don't know how, but yeah, this is worthy of Holly winning the Nose of Tralee title, beating the rest of them to a pulp. And so well done, Holly.
The nose of Tralee.
Yes. Yeah.
What was the animal again?
It was a dog.
A dog, the
Yeah,
nose.
there were only two. They had this. There were 1,600 pets entered, and then it was whittled down to 32. There were only two cats in the 32. The other lot of them were dogs, and got very very intense with a lot of public voting, like the Rose of Tralee. So,
Do you see now when you have the house built, will you and Ashlyn get your own dog?
yeah,
Yeah? What breed do you reckon you're going to go with?
I really fell in love with a German Shepherd recently.
Did you? Yeah, I love a German Shepherd
There's
as
a
well.
very, very weird quality in that, like, they just kind of soothe you because they're so relaxed. Like, when they're out of the pup stage, I saw this German Shepherd when it was a pup, and it was just... Oh,
They're beautiful puppies, aren't they?
they're beautiful, but they're running all the time, and they're panting, and there's no stopping. There's just... It's go, go, go.
Yeah.
That's it. And yeah, so it's better now when they're a bit older and you get to appreciate the animal and its beauty. So, yeah. What about yourself?
Probably a Labrador or a Golden Retriever. A bigger dog, I think. We all have smaller dogs here, but I reckon we'll go a Labrador or Golden Retriever or something like that. We've been talking about it, it'll probably have two names. A first name and a second name. So when it's bold, it gets the full barrel, double barrel.
Yeah.
Would you not be worried about a German Shepherd, and the kind of the aggressive sort of way they're marketed? They're seen as a dangerous dog or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then I'd say it's just if you rear them right, they're all right.
That's all dogs, sure. It's nurture over nature, I think, with a lot of them. Like the Staffies and Pit Bulls and things like that, people label as these dangerous dogs, but like I've lived in houses that had these big Staffies in them, like, and they're the nicest dogs you ever meet, so fucking quiet and lovable, like, and
Yeah.
it's just the fact that they've the big jaws and they're muscle bound, like, that they're built, they can fight, like, so people do train them to fight, and then they end up getting aggressive and attacking other dogs.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Mark, shout out to Meath Chronicle, Moynalty Tidy Towns. They're doing this duck project, and they've had a problem. They want people to keep the dogs on the leash because the dogs are getting into the river and they're frightening the ducks. And this gives you a glimpse of how protective this community is about their ducks. So
this
what
the same
they've been
place
doing.
that had the duck problem before?
No, I think this is the new duck place.
Okay.
I do this. This is all in preparation, really, for Jennifer Zamparelli on Wednesday. And it's weird. Leinster is just a weird place. Nearly every month, it's someone doing something with bees. It's someone growing wildflowers. And it's someone doing something with ducks. And it's like, why are we like this? I don't know. But anyway, this time it's the turn of Minalty, right? And they're Tidy Towns community. They're buying ducks when they're a month old. And then they're rearing them on a whistle for 5 weeks. They've nothing else to do. So they're rearing these ducks on a whistle for 5 weeks. And then they release them onto the River Borora. One of the men behind it is John Sullivan. Shout out, John. Now has 60 ducks on the river, and they are all fed on a whistle. And they put up these bags of food together for them, and all the kids gather around in the mornings and the evenings, and they throw in the food when they're fed on the whistle. It's working so well that the wild ducks are now reacting to the whistle because they know what's up.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Jesus.
But anyway, they're saying they're a biodiverse community, and they're just fed up with these dogs frightening the ducks. So for goodness sake, would you keep your dogs on a leash?
Fuck's sake, lads.
Yeah. No.
Pull it together.
Yeah.
But your dog wouldn't attack a duck anyway, would it? It only scared, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Get over yourselves, ducks. They have it too fucking good, them ducks.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Michael, the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
I know they're over.
Right.
But if you... have I asked you this before? If you were called to the Olympics, right? Remember, I think I said it before, maybe I just shared it on Instagram, but there was like a post up saying that, imagine it was like you just got a letter in the post saying like, jury duty, you were called to represent Ireland in this. What sport would you like to represent Ireland in?
Oh, great question. Ooh, javelin is coming out straight away. I don't know.
Javelin, I like it. I wouldn't have thought of that. What's the one with the big fucking thing on a stick and you spin around and throw it?
Oh.
It's a ball, like a heavy ball.
Is
that
not the shot put?
Is it shot put? No, shot put is just
the
throwing
ball?
it.
It's not discus, is it?
Is it? I think it might be discus.
Discus is thrown. It's like
A disc.
Frisbee.
Oh.
Where you throw it like that or something. I don't know, it's weird.
If you know what the spinny aroundy thing is in the Olympics, DM us on Instagram. I'd like to do the spinny aroundy, or maybe high dive.
The which?
The high dive.
The high dive.
Yeah.
The high dive will be in the javelin actually. That's spectacular. I'd like the walking as well. I think that is
Walking. There's walking in the Olympics.
Did you not know there's walking?
No.
We've one of our big contenders was Rob Heffernan. Rob Heffernan from Cork, and he was the speed walker.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think I remember
it'd be such a buzz to give someone the eyes when you're doing the walk, and then try and put them off your game. You know,
That's a non-contact sport, I'd say. Is it? Would you have watched Malcolm in the Middle when you were younger?
Yeah.
And did you ever see the episode where Hal does the speed walking?
Oh, right.
Yeah, and your man, they wear the fucking skin tight suits and they have these helmets with the big fucking thing on the back of it, and it gets real competitive. That's all I ever think of with speed walking. Do you reckon, how fast do you think you can go? How
Speed
fast
walking?
can you walk? What's the fastest speed anyone has ever walked at?
Oh, that's a great question, isn't it?
What's the fastest speed you can walk? Do you ever see how running was invented?
No.
I looked that up as well. Have you seen that, Robbie? No. Many people tend to walk at about 1.4 meters per second, although many people are capable of walking at speeds upwards of 2.5 meters a second, 9 kilometers an hour. Especially for short distance, they typically choose not to. Individuals find slower or faster speeds more comfortable. Now, I'm going to Google how was running invented. Running was invented in 1784 by Thomas Running when he tried to walk twice at the same time.
I don't buy that. But like, the marathon.
Yeah.
Like, how come the marathon wasn't the marathon a running?
Yeah. What? Yeah, or maybe it was a walk. When was running invented? Well, now I looked up lower down. It says running was invented in 1612 by Thomas Running when he tried to walk twice at the same time. So either he lived to be like fucking 200 and invented running by trying to walk twice at the same. This is all very conspicuous.
But I thought the marathon was meant to be a Greek thing, and it was something like they were doing the marathon back in those times, like. And it was something that he ran a certain distance and then he dropped dead when he arrived or something. That was a marathon or something.
Nike. Do you know how the word Nike comes from?
Yeah.
No.
I just found that here in this while I was searching this. So,
Philip Knight.
Pheidippides dug deep and found the energy to make it the near 25 miles to Athens, thus solidifying himself in history as the first official marathoner. Nike, Nike, he screamed as he entered the city, which, seriously, is the Greek word for victory.
Oh.
And there's Temple of Athena Nike that your man, is it Phil Knight, is the maker of Nike, but he went there. He went to Japan, did a deal with the Japanese to get cheap runners sent over to America. Went on a 4-month trip back through Europe, and when he ended up in Greece, he was just struck by all the monuments and stuff, and he spent a lot of time in the temple of Athena Nike, where there's a sculpture or something of someone giving the king a gift of a new pair of shoes, and it's all like to do with shoes and stuff. So that's where he got the name Nike from.
Wow.
Did you read that in his
Yeah,
book? What's that book?
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog. Oh yeah, that's the lad who sold all the shoes, isn't
It's a
it?
big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
cool though, because I was just like, what? Because I read Stephen Fry's book on Troy recently. That was the first time I'd ever been exposed to the Greeks and all that stuff. Yeah, very interesting.
So in the this is I'm still in how it was running invented, but in Google they give you all the other questions people ask. So one is, do runners actually enjoy running?
Oh.
And the answer is, in a 2016 survey, only 7% of more than 10,000 runners surveyed said they were motivated to start running because they actually enjoyed it. Other surveys estimate that as few as 10% of runners have ever felt the runner's high.
Wow.
Have you experienced runner's high?
Not really, no.
No?
Don't think so. No.
I think I have, but I don't know, is it runner's high or did I just feel good from running?
Yeah.
Do you know? But I don't enjoy running at all for the most part. Do you enjoy it when you're...
I did up till yesterday. Was mad, as I told you, when I was hoping to do a 10k and I had to give in it after 2, and it's not a nice feeling, but it's kind of more you just have to do you have
to go through it. Yeah, I'm here now, I have to fucking do this. But you swam beforehand obviously as well, so
Yeah.
it's very tiring, especially when you're out of practice of it, it's your first swim back.
Yeah,
training.
But still, it was mad because I thought, oh, Goggins is dead right. You could just do whatever it is, but I just wasn't able. I had to say, no, thank you, David. I've had my fill now. Thank you very much.
Tired, David.
I'm tired, David. I need to get home and have kombucha.
He is absolutely fucking insane. Have you ever seen him train, lifting weights and stuff?
No.
And he's benching, and his eyes are possessed, and his nostrils are flared out to his ears. Who's gonna carry the boats and logs? And he's in a commercial gym like the Arklow Bay. Who's gonna carry the boats and logs? They're there's no boats and logs. That's a fucking barbell.
He sent a text message to Joe Rogan for Joe Rogan's 54 birthday. He's on.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
What was
unreal.
it?
It's the best text message I've heard in a long, long time. He basically goes, I hope you're not being comfortable today. I hope you're, when you were put on this earth 54 years ago, you were meant to for pain and discomfort. And it was basically, it was full of that.
And Joe Rogan sparked up a joint then. After reading it. So, Michael, you want to spark up a joint for this? I have 40 questions for you.
Oh!
Quick fire. Question number 1, biscuit or cake?
Sorry?
Question number 1,
Biscuit or cake? Cake.
2, water or milk?
Water.
Bertie Ahern or Charlie Haughey?
Bertie Ahern.
Books or telly?
Books.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Swine flu or COVID?
Swipe.
Camogie or football?
Camogie.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Really? Tea?
Yeah. Shout out to my kinesiologist.
Oh, here we go. Oh, can we tell the
Go
story
on.
of the energy?
That's a bit wishy-washy for this. What was it? But anyway, she says that coffee does agree. Oh no, well actually, she's cured me reflux, and that was
Really?
kind of
You don't have
because of
reflux?
coffee. No.
Wow. Jesus.
But just when I was with her there, she does stuff with the digestive system, and she was just doing this wavy thing with her hands. And she just, I could feel it in my body myself. And I was asking the questions that I was asking too many questions.
For
But
people
anyway.
listening, he was pointing at his leg there when he said he was doing stuff in his body. Number 9, field days or sports days?
Sports days.
Number 10, the Four Seasons or Silage Season?
Silage season.
Speaking of hotels, did either of you see what happened with the Radisson Blu in Dublin? Did you see it?
The Ag.
The
Four Seasons Hotel. Oh, it was the Four Seasons Hotel versus Silage Season. I picked Silage Season.
Yeah.
Brilliant, love it.
So, you thought I meant spring. So the Radisson Blu in Dublin, one of them in Dublin, from April 2022 till December 2022, the price for every single night was €41. Someone fucked up, and it's a 5-star hotel. So like someone sent into the castle on WhatsApp, and all the lads booked like 2-3 days, you know, in the 5-star hotel or whatever, and they got the booking, got the confirmations and all, €41. The actual price for some of them for like 3 nights was like €850, down to like 120. But then sure they all got cancelled when they got found out. Actually, not all of them. Brendan's and Shane's haven't been cancelled yet, but the other lads have. So maybe they're hoping that they let a couple of them slide. But someone got sacked during the week from the Radisson Blue. Number 11, Marty Whelan or Marty Morrissey?
Oh, I'm going to go out and say Marty Wheel.
Yeah.
See the Waterford Whispers news? It was brilliant.
Yeah, I was studying. I sent it. Marty Whelan's Guide to Shagging.
Yeah.
Number 12, Jack O'Brien or Jack Russell?
Jack O'Brien. Who's Jack Russell?
The dog.
Oh, right. Shout out Jack O'Brien.
Shout out Jack
I
Russell.
bet you he's still refereeing.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
He's still on the gate anyway. He was down in Mulholland last weekend.
Yeah. Or there's money there, be Jack.
Yeah. Not even working for the GA anymore. He's just collecting for himself now. No one asks any questions. Number 13, nighttime or daytime?
Nighttime. Need more sleep.
Number 14, daytime or hammer time?
Hammer time.
Number 15, Mick O'Dwyer or yourself?
Big good wire.
Cranford or cardboard?
Cardboard.
Running or cycling?
Cycling.
Pints or shorts?
Shorts all day long.
TK. Number 19, beef or salmon?
Oh, salmon.
20, lions or early mornings?
Early mornings.
Ooh. 21, what is your favourite word?
Goat. Transferable.
Number 22, what's the most you've ever won on a scratch card?
Oh, I'd say only €3. What about you?
30.
Oh,
30, but I broke even with that 30. I was 30 down.
Ah, right.
I think I went transition. I went a tenner up, tenner down, 20 up, 20 down, 30.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
You were
I
deep.
broke even.
You were deep.
I was deep. I broke even. I got out of there. Number 23. When you think of the colour orange, what emotion do you feel?
Oh, happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
Apparently
For you?
orange is danger.
Oh.
Apparently, but I didn't get that. I don't really know what I feel with orange. Orange. Slow down.
Okay.
Speed up. 24. Who wants to be a millionaire? Me. Number 25. What is your favourite bird?
Oh, the pipe
Ashland.
wagtail.
The
Sorry?
Willy Wagtail. Ashland. The Willy Wagtail. Oh yeah, because you saw one there one day, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's my favourite.
26. What's your favourite TV show?
Oh, Janie. It's favourite TV show. Oh, I feel some daft ones are coming to mind. The News, The Sunday Game, and Love Island. Take the three of them.
Yeah. There's a lot of crossover there between the three of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Number 27. Socks and sandals, yes or no?
No.
Fitting, yeah, see. Proof is in the pudding. That's congruency, people. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Porridge and 4 slices of brown bread with jam. Plum jam. Shout out to Ashton's granny.
Oh, nice, is it?
Chef's
Plum
kiss.
jam. I've never had it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a big jam man.
Would you know?
Very carb heavy this morning. Carb loading.
Oh, you say so yourself.
After I carb load, I use, so if I have a match, I'll use carb loading as an excuse to eat my street
Oh,
before a match. So 29, do you suffer from hay fever?
Yes.
Yes. Number 30, do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
31, kombucha, yes or no?
Yes.
Obviously.
3
32, who is the best dancer you know?
Ooh. Anu Waters. I saw her win a Strictly Come Dancing, and by God, she won the will though.
Oh, no one would have a fucking chance in that, sure,
Yeah.
against her. Who was she
Except for
dancing with?
Reese Hughes, actually.
Reese
Reese
Hughes?
was very good now.
Was
Kept
he?
up with her. Kept up with the
That was
pace.
the year you done it, was it?
Oh, yeah. No, in fact, it was the year before I did it.
Was it? You took
was presenting
inspiration
it.
from
Yes.
Anu Waters. You were Anu and Ashland was Reese. Who is the worst?
I dropped Ashton while I was doing Strictly Come
Did
Dancing.
ya?
Yeah. Not a good
On her head?
look. No.
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 But there was no injury. You played it off as part of the act.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was on the night as well, you know. You've all the weeks of rehearsals
And you
to
ne-
actually have the drops. But
Yeah.
no, I decided I'd do it on
You
the
do it
night
on
itself.
night. There was no drops in rehearsal.
Not really, no.
Did you win that? Who won that
No.
year?
The Rangers.
The Rangers.
A lot of accusations about the voting.
Oh.
You know, you could pay for the votes.
Oh.
And yeah, we
Rangers.
still hold out that there was some brown notes being used, you know.
I'm sure soccer is a professional organisation, GA is amateur.
This is
so
it.
the money's there. Who's the worst dancer you know?
Oh. Probably myself.
Yeah, I'd say myself too. Yeah, I can't dance for shite. 34, is darts a sport?
Yeah.
35, could you ever see yourself growing a mullet?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? 36, have you ever forgotten to turn off the immersion?
Yes.
We all have our cross to bear. 37, House of Cards or House of Pain?
What's House of Pain?
House of Pain was the band who sang Jump Around. Do you know that song?
Oh, House of Pain.
House of Pain. Sorry, House of Cards. 38, is Walt Disney really frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah. 39, is there cheese in cheesecake?
Yeah.
There is. I only found this out yesterday and I was disgusted. There is cheese in cheesecake.
Yeah.
Bailey's cheesecake has fucking cheese in it.
Yeah.
But it still tastes good. 40 then, final question. Where does the best bag of chips in Gory?
King Cod.
Absolutely.
You taught me
King Cod.
this.
Yeah.
That, can we reveal this secret?
Go on.
Cullen's Fruit and Veg supplies all the
Do they?
potatoes.
Did I teach you that? Oh, I did when I worked there. Worked. When I was there for 2 weeks.
You said that the 2 weeks. But you said that all the other chippers use one sort of potato, but King Cod gets a different sort of potato.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow, I know. Full of fucking knowledge.
I have another newspaper story that you might like
let's
here.
go.
It's from the Kildare Nationalist.
Yeah.
A man thought that Gardaí were vampires, and he went into a Garda station and he sprayed petrol on a Garda and tried to set fire to the Garda. Fortunately enough, that he was pepper sprayed before he could ignite the petrol, and he'll now be psychiatrically assessed. So there you are.
Jesus. Like, I was talking the other day about, like, guards have they can have a handy number because, like, we were going out there through Ballycanoe one day going to a match and there was guards just sort of parked there watching a bike race go by. And that was their job for the day, just watching the bikes go by.
Yeah.
But then you get instances like that, so, you know, it's the yin and yang, like.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say they get a lot of nuisance calls as well.
Oh, yeah, just fucking women complaining. I don't know how you do it in your job either. If I'd listen to people complain all day, just, no thank you. I'd be hanging up fairly fast. I wouldn't last long.
Yeah.
You need a sympathetic ear.
You need more than that sometimes. what drug are we trying? Yeah, by the way, we could be using a different one if we bought tea from Lidl. Dundalk Democrat reports that there's a recall on Lidl hemp tea as there was an elevated amount of psychoactive THC compound.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
You'd be keeping it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd not be giving it back to them.
How elevated?
Doesn't say now.
Does it?
No.
I still take CBD every day.
Do you?
Yep.
How long are you on the CBD, Mark?
About 3 years, I'd say.
Wow. So
long time.
CBD, cod liver oil.
Cod liver oil, yeah. Vitamin D3. So when I went to the doctors to get my blood results back, they told me I was going to have to change a lot of things. They told me my B12 level was double the higher limit of what it should be.
Oh.
And I don't take a vitamin B12 supplement.
Whoa.
So I don't know how to fix that. So, but at this point, when I got my blood taken, I was on the all meat and eggs diet. So that's probably why there's a lot of B12 in red meat and stuff. So
You're going to go for blood tests more often.
Fucking doctor. She goes to me, right, because I was on that diet. I'm off it now, I'm back eating normally, my stomach's fine. It wasn't the meat diet that fixed it, by the way. But it was fun, like eating steak and eggs all the time is fun. But they said to me, she goes, are you on a very high protein diet? And I go, yeah. And she goes, well, why? And I said, because I work as a PT, I'm active all day, and I train, I play sport as well. And she's like, well, do you play at an elite level? And I was like, no, not really. And she's like, do you plan to play at an elite level? Or are you going to play at an elite level? And I was like, probably not, no. And she was like, well, you know, you have to decide. It's either your sport or your heart. So basically tell me I'm going to have a heart attack. Or, like, she's basically being very condescending when she was saying the fact that I'm not going to be, you know, playing in an All-Ireland final. Like, and she fucking 5 stone overweight. Anyway.
Just casually giving her a business card on the way out.
I won't tell you.
You're the problem. You need to fix yourself.
Yeah, you are the fucking problem. Anyway, but I found out I have high cholesterol.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but I already knew that. I was going in to find out what was causing my stomach cramps, and they're telling me I have high cholesterol and I'm shy at sport. So
Okay.
so I just have to mind my. But so I asked. They told me I have high cholesterol. I need to stop eating meat, stop eating eggs, stop eating fat, and like go on fucking this like high carb diet or whatever. And then I asked them about the cholesterol because I know a little bit about cholesterol. That there's the total cholesterol and there's the HDL and LDL. So the HDL is good cholesterol. Like cholesterol is made up of 2 halves. Your total cholesterol, there's good and bad. I have a high total cholesterol, which can't be changed. That's genetic. But my ratio of high to low is actually good. So I don't have any cholesterol worries. I just have high total cholesterol. But had I not asked that, she would have led me to believe I was going to die. So don't trust your doctors. Go on to Reddit, go on to QAnon, get your health advice there. Eat meat all day. Don't get the vaccines.
And just to get back to where we started, take CBD oil.
Take CBD oil. Take THC oil.
Right. So what got you on the CBD? Were you in Australia at the time?
No, they don't actually sell it in Australia.
Oh, did it?
No, the first time I got the stomach cramps was because of that, because I started taking hemp oil tablets because I thought it was the same, but it's not, and they gave me cramps.
Oh.
But I was taking CBD before I left for about 2 years, I'd say, and then I've been taking it for about a year since I've come back. But I just take it before bed because it helps me sleep. Apparently, I don't notice any big changes in like anxiety levels or anything like that. But maybe because I'm taking so long, I don't notice it. But apparently, it helps with anxiety and stuff like that. I used to have the vape when I quit smoking. There was CBD oil in that as well. So I just think it's good. Like it can't do any harm really. It doesn't get you high. And like people, if you say it to mammies or whatever, like, oh, she's taking marijuana. But you're not. I wish you could buy marijuana, but you can't. Yeah, so that's it. Would you ever take CBD yourself? Have you taken
I'd
CBD?
give it a go.
Have you ever?
I haven't
No?
had no.
It's expensive.
Is it?
It's expensive. Yeah, it's about €60 a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, and it lasts maybe a month. Maybe a bit. It depends how much you use. About a month, yeah.
Gee, mate.
For the whole in your pocket. I take too many supplements.
Right.
I do. And I know I shouldn't. But I see like this like new thing and I'm like, oh, sure, I'll give that a go. It's meant to do this and this and this. But sure, if I just actually slept for 8 hours, I'd be fine. Like, if I don't do that, I take a lot of supplements instead.
Yeah. So there's yin and yang.
Yin and yang.
Very interesting. Have I another article or two? There's a woman selling leather shoes in Knockavana near Ockram if you're looking for them. Yeah, she's a shoemaker. Her partner, Lobos, is a carpenter. She's from the Czech Republic. She sells a lot of her shoes and leather earrings, wallets and books on Wicklow Marketplace.ie, and that's why she's in the Wicklow people.
What other leather equipment is she not advertising there? You know Knockavana as well as I do, Michael.
Very good. Very
Will we
good.
take a segment from Roy Keane?
Oh, yes, go for it.
Right. Shout out to James again for giving us this. I was saying there before the podcast that I looked up trying to buy George Hook's erotic novels and you can't buy them. They were never published.
Oh.
And he says that he's waiting until his career in media is over to release it, for it might affect him getting jobs. But then other independent sources say that he couldn't find a publisher, so it's hard to know what the truth is.
I'd say at this stage you could let them out. Maybe it's the fact that he's a granddad and he doesn't want his grandchildren reading his books.
Well, I just don't write
He
an erotic
groans.
novel. He groans. Give me a number, Michael.
369.
We don't have that.
Oh,
We go as far as 3 to 69.
Go for
We
it.
go at 69 for the day that's in it.
yeah.
It's yours and it's mine.
While you're looking for it, shout out to Kim in the Ashdown Park Hotel. I was there in the Ashdown and I was ordering a drink and she goes to me, sorry now, this is really odd, but are you on the podcast Paper Tuesdays? I recognise your voice. Kim, thank you. My
you,
father
Kim.
loved it. She said, she left and he goes, oh, can we get her to do that again?
I come back out there. In the hotel, we met Liam O'Kane, the first team coach, Archie Gemmell and Alan Hill, Forrest's first chief scout. In the far corner of the lounge, a large group were celebrating. They turned out to be a ladies' hockey team with their husbands. This is promising for page 69. A lady approached. Are you Roy Keane? She inquired. Yes. Would you like to contribute to our charity auction? She went on. We're auctioning off famous people's underwear signed by them. I'm sorry, I replied, but I've got a signed Irish International shirt upstairs. I'll get that for you. It's got to be underwear, she insisted. He definitely planned this to be on page 69. I'm sorry I can't help you, but you can have the Irish shirt, I suggested. An Irish shirt, she sneered. Who wants an Irish shirt? Des and the coaching staff were enjoying my discomfort. Without any warning, she then threw her gin and tonic straight into my face. I was stunned and embarrassed. When I recovered my composure, such as it was, I was well on myself. The hockey player was making her way back to her company. I picked up my pint of lager, went over to her table and poured the drink over her head. Next thing, her husband and I were on the floor exchanging blows. Stuart Pearce took me upstairs to my room. When Brian Clough arrived in Jersey the following morning, he ordered me back to Nottingham. He accepted that I had been provoked, but insisted I shouldn't have retaliated, and he fined me $5,000, a week's wages. Yeah. That story.
See, I think anyway that Roy's leaving out a bit of detail there. How did it escalate so much that she just threw a gin and tonic on him?
Yeah, it didn't just go, can I have your underwear? No, you can have a jersey. And then she just threw a drink over him. I'd say now there was a sentence or two left out there. A great story.
Great story, yes. Mark, thank you. A pleasure as always.
Michael,
and thanks to Pepsi's Max.
No, thank you. Thanks to Pepsi Max. Thank you to Raspberry Restaurant for a lovely meal last night.
Oh, yes.
I went in, got myself a ribeye steak. So the doctor shoved that up your hole. I also had cocktails. I had a pina colada banoffee. It was fantastic.
Oh.
I had a margarita watermelon. I had an espresso martini. And I had some of Breed's Pornstar martini. And they were all fantastic. And shout out to Rory and Porrick. Done a great job up there. Looks great.
Fair play to you. You did a great shout out, and it's as if you didn't pay for your meal, but you know he did.
I
I'll just say that
did.
he did. And we'd also like to give a grateful thanks to Shane, who's not here today, and to Robbie Dunn. Robbie, and it's an end of an era really, with Robbie closing up shop with Hamels. I don't know how they'll replace him. They'll probably have to hire 2 people to replace Robbie Dunn there. But he's the man that takes in the change at the tills and splits our bars on the decks as well. And
And he done it with a heavy head this morning.
yeah.
That's not too bad.
It's not
Good
too
stuff.
bad.
Yeah.
And Wexford Car Centre won't know what's hit them. So if you need any cars in the future, go to Wexford Car Centre and Robbie Dunn will sort you out.
And best luck to the ladies' women's today. They're not going to see this till Tuesday, so either congratulations or commiserations.
Yeah, fair play.
For Tuesdays, fair
Yeah,
play to
it's
either
great
way.
success. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's enough.
Ta-ta and farewell. Our 69 is over. Grab a towel.